Milo Lines and Ed Lassiter here, coming at you from the studio today. We've got an awesome video for you about a key left shoulder move that we see from all of the great golf swings. And if you're not doing this move, you're probably struggling with low point control, maybe hitting chunks and thins. So stay on board. We've got some good drills for you that will help you learn to do this key move and hit the ball better than ever. So if you're new to the channel, please hit the subscribe button. We come out with new content weekly for you. Ed, let's jump into this. Let's go straight into what is this key move that we see from the great players, those who really strike it well. What is this move? What is the key left shoulder move?
Well, basically what we've seen is that as they're winding up and they're already landing the opposite direction, their left shoulder actually moves slightly down till about the left hip or the lead hip, and then it works back up and around, so that way the low point is more forward than the golf ball.
Turn and face the camera here, and I want people to pay attention. You've got a logo on your shirt. You've also got like a T here in the seam. I want people to imagine there's a dot right here on this T. So wind her up to the transition. Now that T, if we watch, it moves down and forward till about this point, and now it will start working up, back, and away. Now, what do we see from players who struggle more?
Well, quite often, one of two things happens. Either one, they drop their arms, which then tilts them backwards and then shoots their hips forward.
Okay.
Or two, they slide so severely that they tilt backwards and then their left shoulder is super high. Yeah. And in both cases, the low point can move backwards behind the ball, and or if they early extend enough, they'll hit thin shots and pushes out to the right.
Okay, and in both of those cases, we see that left shoulder almost immediately going up. And it never really gets back around behind when you do that. If I do that again the wrong way, so we can kind of see what it is, as you start down, see this is going just straight up. It never really got behind you, right? Mm-hmm. So if we did that from down the line, so now as you see it's going straight up, it never gets around behind. Now show us the good way again. So we're up to the transition, this works down. Now watch what happens as it goes around. See how that shoulder appeared back on this side of you?
Yeah.
So it went down and then around behind. Mm-hmm. That's key.
So to simulate this, Milo, if you would, and I do this with a lot of my students, I want you to actually put the shaft where it would be at the top of the backswing.
Yep.
Feel like it glides down and forward through the shot.
Okay.
And it'll work the same way from face on. So if you could stand right there.
So I'll put this right out here in
front of you. So
I'll
wind it up. Way more forward than what you're used to.
Yeah.
So that left shoulder feeling that it's driving down and around will then help slow down the perpetual throw the club thing that people have. Like, people's intent is obviously to hit a ball, and a lot of times they're finding a way from that throw pattern. But if that initial move, as the arms are going up, you start to go down, it will eliminate some of that throw, and then they can toe the club into the ball.
Perfect. Let's see you hit one. Okay, so we'll be able to slow that down a little bit and show that in transition, your lead side worked a little down. That shoulder worked down and then back up and around.
And then back up and around, yeah.
Perfect. Okay, now let's show them down the line the same thing.
Okay.
See how we did. Oh, baby, look at this one. Right down the line. Good looking shot there, Ed.
Thanks. And the low point was 3.5 forward of the ball.
So that's what I wanted to get at next. Good players generally have the low point where? Out front, right?
Yeah, some amount.
Some amount. You can almost direct correlation between how good you are and how far out in front we hit it.
Right.
So this number right here, what it denotes is that's 3.5 inches ahead, forward of the ball.
Forward of the ball.
So your club didn't actually reach its lowest point until it was 3.5 inches forward of that ball.
And the only way I did that, because I didn't slide forward to get there, once I landed, my left shoulder went down and forward and then back up and in.
Yes. And it allows you to unload the angles at the proper time, hitting the ground in the correct place.
Correct.
There's a lot of ways to push a low point forward. I see people try to do it by moving their mass forward, But generally when we see that, we also see like a cast or throw.
And or we see an extremely offline, because if I'm moving my center a mile forward of where, especially my head, then I'm pushing my swing direction
path's
way
gonna
to
go
the right,
out to the right.
and I'm up to big old pushes and big old sweeping hooks, depending upon face orientation.
But to swing really athletically like you did on that swing, that was a really good golf swing. You did it right. We got that lead side down and around.
Yep.
So a quick movement that I want all of you at home to do that will help ingrain this feel. You can take your golf club, put it across your chest. In my case, this club has a blue tip on it, end cap on the grip. So if I put this up across my chest and I wind myself up, what I want to feel like I'm doing is making that blue tip get lower, so it traces lower and then works up behind me. So wind, down, and then behind me. That's the proper movement.
Now, the key to that movement, though, is this. Can you do that face on, please?
Sure.
Fellas, notice this. When he lands, his pressure is landing into the lead side as he's flexing. When that thing's going down, his pressure is moving into that left foot early enough so that he can then push out of the ground and get around the corner.
So the left shoulder going down is more of like a byproduct of other stuff that's happening.
Exactly.
But it's a really good cue to get
Yes.
you to do some of the other things we're after.
Yeah.
So rather than thinking about maybe flexing into the hips, if I just think about making that left shoulder work down, I'm going to flex into the hips.
You have to do
right.
it. Yeah.
So get what we want without thinking about it.
Exactly.
Cool. So as I'm doing this, there was one thing that you mentioned off camera just now. So let's mention it for everybody. As I wind,
This shoulder actually got closer to your leg, and then you made it through.
and that's kind of the opposite of what I see a lot from the average player. I see they'll turn back like this, and then the first motion I see is this angle opening up
Yes.
versus that angle almost getting a little bit more acute. One more time to show you that angle. This is the wrong way, so you can see this angle formed by my legs and my trunk. Did the angle get narrow or did it get widened?
Significantly widened.
Okay. I see that all the time. This is not an exaggeration in some cases.
Absolutely.
Okay. Now what we're after would be that. So you can see in transition that angle is getting more acute before it widens back out.
Correct.
So Ed, today as we were warming up, we were having a discussion about something that you're currently doing in your golf swing to basically ingrain this exact concept.
Yeah, exactly.
Members of our online academy will know this drill as the Lee Westwood drill. So explain to them what that is. What are we doing?
So what I find is, what I like to do is move the ball almost off my lead foot, but I'm not angling myself to reach it. I'm doing the same exact address position, but I'm moving it forward. And the reason I'm doing that is I find it's much easier now for me to clear my left side. I've got to land, turn hard left, and the harder I turn left, the less the toe can beat the heel, and I cannot hit it left.
Perfect.
So I rip myself open.
And the more you can work down and open up, the farther forward you can push your low point, right?
Exactly.
Which, with this ball being way forward, we need that low point to be forward, otherwise we're going to make bad contact.
And then in time, you creep the ball back to, relative to its normal, providing the same feel that the ball was that forward.
Okay, so let's see you do one with the ball way forward and go ahead and hit a shot for us.
So if this was relatively normal, I would try to do something like this.
Pretty cool. You actually hit it pretty good. Okay, and you hit a little cut, didn't go left.
That's the goal. No matter what I do not want it going left, because if it goes left, I stalled.
Beautiful, that's awesome. Okay, now let's see one more normal. So now there's the normal ball position. So it's still forward, but not as forward.
Not as forward.
Very nice. So guys, on the screen we put back up the shot you hit with the ball really forward. We can see your attack angle was still 3.2 down, and your low point was 2.5 inches ahead of the golf ball.
Yep.
So that's pretty cool to see that you still got that low point way out there, even though the ball was almost like driver up off of your left foot.
Yep.
So that was kind of an exaggeration, got you to really do that left shoulder move.
And really get me to rip my chest open.
Yeah, hit a cool shot. My favorite little shot, little cutter.
Yep.
And that exercise of the ball being way forward is one we see from some of the top players throughout history. It's not a new drill, but it's still effective. So guys, hopefully you liked this video and you learned something. If you're a player that has struggled with poor low point, and there's many of you out there, try the exercises and the ball forward drill like Ed did, and I know it'll help you. You'll really start to make that better contact, moving your low point more forward, beginning to get your chest to open up correctly. Thanks again for coming out, Ed.
Thank you.
It's always good having you. And we look forward to the next one. If you haven't already, make sure you come over and visit us at milolinesgolf.com, where we have awesome one-on-one coaching. We have an online academy. You can get evaluations from Ed, from myself, and the rest of the team, and the coaching you need.